Welcome back. News from other parts of the world. The UK's unelected House of Lords has begun its second day of debate on the key purpose and principles of legislation to withdraw from the European Union. A record 191 members of Parliament's upper house have lined up to speak in what is likely to be the largest second reading debate in the Chamber's history. No one expects the bills to block the UK's departure from the 27-nation EU, but they could vote at the committee stage to accept amendments to the bill. The legislation would have to go back to the House of Commons if the House of Lords adds amendment, which would delay the bill's passage, endangering Downing Street's March 31st deadline of trigger the Brexit process. Many Conservative members of the House of Lords also opposed Brexit. Meanwhile, Britain voted 52% to 48% to leave the EU in a June 24th referendum. Former UK Supreme Court Justice Lord Brown of Hilton-Under-Heywood, an independent, says he supported the bill with the deepest misgiving, while former EU Trade Commissioner Peter Mandelson, who is vehemently opposed to leaving the bloc, warned against Brexit at any cost. A bill was introduced in the House of Lords on February the 8th after the House of Commons approved it unamended, as opposition lawmakers feared upsetting their constituency electorate who had voted for Brexit. France's Marine Le Pen cancelled a meeting with Lebanon's Grand Mufti Tuesday after refusing to wear a scarf. The far-right presidential candidate is on a two-day tour of Lebanon, where she is courting Franco-Lebanese votes ahead of the first round of French elections on April the 23rd. Le Pen says she was surprised by the requirement. Meanwhile, a spokesman for the Grand Mufti says Le Pen had been informed of the need to wear a head covering before the meeting. Le Pen says she had met the Grand Mufti of Al-Azhar during a visit to Egypt in 2015 without covering her head. Le Pen has been outspoken in her opposition to the headscarf and has stated that she would ban all religious symbols in public place. The barkal and the niqab, a full-face veil worn by some Muslim women, have been prohibited in public areas in France since 2011, and religious symbols were banned from schools in 2004. German Foreign Minister Sigmar Gabriel says in an interview on Tuesday that Germany should do all it can to keep Greece in the Eurozone, which was among renewed tensions between Athens and its international creditors over its bailout program. Greece and its creditors agreed on Monday, January 20th, to resume talks on a review of the bailout, easing a standoff which had threatened to block the disbursement of another tranche of its 86 billion euros, about $90 billion, financial services program. Gabriel says Athens should stick to the agreement it once made and that they should join forces to do everything to finally get the country and its afflicted people back on their feet again, both economically and socially activities within the Eurozone. Earlier this month, the German government says it remained united on the need to stabilize the Greek economy despite indications of divergent views between the Conservatives and the SPD. On Tuesday, senior Conservative lawmaker Hans-Peter Friedrich told Reuters he believed Germany would not back further loans to Greece if the International Monetary Fund withdraws from the bailout program. Sport news.